Hey family, how's it going? You already know who I am, so I don't have to say this is your girl or Marissa anymore. I get tired. I don't know. Every time I come on, it's like I need to introduce myself. I hate that. I'm trying to break away from it. Is what I should say. I don't hate it, but you know. Anyway, yesterday, something came to mind. A saying or not necessarily a saying, but something that my mom used to always say to me when I was growing up, especially when I was little. And it was something that she was trying to instill in me so that when I got an adult, I would have adapted to it and learned from that. And what she used to say to me is she used to say, Marissa, remember to save for a rainy day. She didn't only mean financially, but she also meant in other aspects of my life. And what she was saying pretty much is you don't know what tomorrow may bring. So make sure that whatever your resources are, whether food, shelter, money, or whatever it is, you have not only enough, you have a little bit extra to put aside just in case things don't go right, is pretty much what she was saying. um I don't think I really realized it early on, but I realize it now that even though I knew what she was saying was true, and I saw from my experience looking at her that saving pretty much kept us from going into the street. And because I was watching her save and pay her bills on time and do things that she needed to do in order to provide for me and her, because it's always been just me and her. I've had, cousins and other family members, but, in our household, it was me and her. Um, and what I was realizing when I was thinking back about it, even though I knew what she was saying was right, I never adapted to it. And not because I didn't believe it, because I saw it, but simply because I also saw that saving for a rainy day, what I saw with her also meant a lot of sacrifice. And that sometimes when rainy day come, I didn't think my mother really realized it was a rainy day, or it was a time where, maybe she needed to use some of the resources, like some of the clothes that she had, that maybe she traveled and she bought some things, or some lot of items that she's had. Maybe she need to use them, maybe sparingly at first, but she needed to use them up because 5, 10, 15, 20 years passed by and you weren't wearing these clothes or using them, and you're saying you're saving for rainy day. My mother went to some Asian countries a couple years ago. I would say it's about 20 years ago. And she got some t-shirts, and she got some cute little belts, and, different things. And till now, it's still neatly in her closet or in her drawer. And she's saying that, when it comes to a special occasion or something, that she will wear it. Now, these are ordinary t-shirts and belts. The only thing that's different is it came from another country, and it may say that country on it, or the belt looks a little different because it's made out of rope, and then it has like those seashells on it. Very pretty. And I think that's what discouraged me seeing this, is because my mother was, for me, in my mind, living for what will happen tomorrow, that she wasn't really enjoying what's happening in the here and the now, because she wanted to make sure that, if anything, she was able to provide with limited resources for me and her, while still having these other things that we could use it just in case. And I get that. And I get that that is good, but I also get that it has to be a happy medium. You don't want to deny yourself to the point where you're not really enjoying life or enjoying yourself, or it's so much, it's so far that you can't go because you don't want to do things or use resources up. I had a friend that reminded me a lot of my mother. She was a saver, and she was a person that could pinch her money and pinch, her food and stuff like that. So much so that if she wanted to go to certain places or do certain things, she wouldn't be able to do it because she didn't want to spend the money. And she was telling me that one guy told her, and which was so true. He said, "Well, you're limiting yourself to certain things that you will never be able to do." And he said, "Some of the things that you want to do, you can just simply save for that." And put that money aside and say, okay, I want to have fun. So let me go ahead. I don't have a lot of money. Let me go ahead and put $5 down because I know next year the Essence Festival, they're going to have it again. And although $5 is not enough, I can constantly build on it every week. Me putting $5 in it is not going to be a big deal. So by the time the Essence Festival comes around, I know it's 52 weeks in a year, 365 days. I will have probably enough for my hotel. And if not, should have enough for the room. And then a meal or two, or maybe a few things that I can do with it. And then I can just add on a little bit more. Okay. Going back to my mother and the things that she was teaching me. So what happened when I was in high school and my early 20s and my 30s, I never wanted to adapt to it because I felt that she sacrificed a little too much at times. And then the things that she would do, it always had to do with church or work. It was never any, I'm just going to splurge and do this for me. Now, I've seen in the past, maybe, let's say month, that she's buying something just for her. Like she was buying it online. And I was so proud of her and so happy to go ahead and help her. And then when we went to Macy's, they had a great sale. Before I got my stuff, she was there and she, we were picking out some stuff that were reasonable, and she was just wanted to spend her money and to buy these things. And I was so happy for her, and I was helping her. And I think that probably may have planted a seed that what I need to do, because rainy day will come and you do need a plan for it. You cannot just live from paycheck to paycheck, or every time even if you make good money, you need to set aside something because it may not always be so. So what I'm trying to do is find a happy medium. And what I'm doing is I'm writing down my thoughts and writing down my plans for that happy medium. So I save here and I splurge a little. And then I save a little bit some more. And when I'm saving, I'm thinking about different things like, okay, rainy day. Maybe this is just an example, just in case something happens to me where, I'm laid off or something like this. And let's say I start off saving $20, $30 a week. Or maybe $200 a month, where I say if something happens to me in my job, every month I save the $200 and I don't take it out. I go to a bank that maybe is not really well known, but I think it's FDA approved, which they all, I think, have to be. And maybe one of those banks, where it's a little further from my house. and I have to go a ways to get to it. But I can always deposit the money electronically, or I could go every month and check on the money that I have there, and then also put money in. It has to be a happy medium, is what I'm pretty much trying to say. It can't be just splurge, 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 buy this makeup, buy this perfume, buy this product, and you're not really using it before you're buying the next thing. It has to be a happy medium. But the Bible said man cannot live by bread alone. So I can't, and I know for me, I have to do something. I have to adventure out and do something that I've always wanted to do and I've never done before. And that's what kind of helped me and keeps me sane. So when I'm writing my thoughts down on how I'm planning to save and splurge at the same time, I'm going to, just take my time every day. It's not going to be something overnight. I get that. I'm going to write it down in my book, what I like to save for, what I like this certain money to go towards. And I could do like more than two things. Maybe one is if I get laid off, and the other one may be, let's see, maybe extra things that may happen with my health. Like, they have so many diseases, and I'm not talking about STDs, but diseases and things that can happen to your body and stuff like that. And in your health insurance, you can pay a little extra or pay on that. And they may say, well, just in case of the event of this happening, would you like to do that? And you put, yes, I would like to do that. And so you mark that off, and you give them $30 a month. And for $30 a month, you're assured that if that thing happens to you, you'll have the money. So things like that. But that just came to me, and I feel that I might be talking to somebody that is going through the same thing that I was going through. I don't know. I think I just rebelled against it because I didn't see the fun in it. And enjoying myself, enjoying my life, and then still being a responsible adult is important to me. But I don't want to be the type of person that just go to work, go to church, and come home. And for most of my life, that's how it's kind of been. And I'm not complaining, because I've still been blessed, and I've still had moments where I've done things, and I've had a lot of happy moments. I've had it, and I want to continue to it. But I think I'm getting to the point where I just want to do a little bit more before I can't do anything. You understand? Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I love you. Love me some YouTube. Love my YouTube family. Wishing you smooches and wishing you peace. Bye bye, my loves.